Hey everyone, this is Dr. Endo with Westerville Chiropractic and Nutrition, and we recently had someone join our Up the Ladder VIP health group, and one of their main reasons for wanting to join the group was getting stretches for plantar fasciitis. And so instead of just sending this person some stretches, I thought I would put together a video of 3 of the most common stretches that I recommend people to do on their own, as well as some other things that we can do inside the office. And so the first thing is basically like called a foot smash, and you're going to use a hard rubber ball. I think I got this off of Amazon or something like that. You can also use a lacrosse ball. Some people use golf balls, but that's going to be really hard on the bottom of the foot. So depending on how sore that is, that's going to be really hard to do. And a lot of people tell me that they do this when they're coming in and they still have the plantar fasciitis. However, when I ask them to show me what they've been doing, most people are doing it all wrong. Most people, here, I'll show you. So most people run their foot across the ball really quickly, and they don't stop to get a good solid smash on it. And so what I recommend is really, you can even stand to do it, but sitting, you want to really, start at the heel or start at the forefoot and really work your way down the length. And if you find a spot where it's really sore, or you can feel that fascia is bound up, you can even like raise your toes up and down. Don't just lift the foot up and down, but you're going to flex and dorsiflex your toes. And then, keep going until you find another spot that's really sore. It's even more so if you're standing up. But you should be really pushing hard down on the ball, really as hard as you can tolerate. And a good general rule of thumb would be it should take you about a minute to get the length of the foot. If you're just rolling back and forth, you're really not getting a good enough fascia release that you're going to notice any kind of significant difference, and you're just wasting your time at that point. The next thing that we talk about is how movable the foot is in relationship to the ankle. And so another really great stretch is to get your fingers between all of your toes and spread out that toe box. You can see from my other foot, I wear dress shoes a lot, and so I don't have a lot of my toe box is not as wide as it probably could be or should be. And so a great way to work on that is to, like I said, spread those toes apart, get your fingers in there, spread the toes out. But also you want to work on moving this back and forth. You should be able to move those toes and the top part of your foot pretty easily without having to move your ankle. And so that's a really big sign of having good foot mechanics and being able to walk properly and maintain proper arch support. One of the last stretches that of the top 3 that I recommend, and there's certainly others, but is a heel drop. And so if you're standing on your heel on a step or ledge, you want to just let the heel drop, and you can position your foot to be closer or further out, depending on how you're standing and where you're at. But in general, you want to be feeling that stretch down here towards the heel and a little bit higher up. A lot of people tell me when they're doing these stretches, they feel it higher up in the calf. But ideally, to really get a good stretch in the area that you need to stretch, you want to feel that down in the Achilles and slightly above that. And so most people, again, are doing this wrong in the fact that they're feeling it higher up in the calf muscle, and that's really just not needed for what you're doing. Obviously, it's to stretch is not bad, but specific to plantar fasciitis, you want to feel it much, much closer to the actual Achilles and heel area. So there you have it. Those are the top 3 stretches that I usually recommend people to take a look at. The other thing that we do with people is use gua sha to break up the fascia around that plantar fasciitis, bottom of the foot, around the heel, up into the soleus muscle and the calf area. A lot of times by working those soft tissues and breaking up that fascia, we see really quick and great results. I can also adjust the foot and ankle, which is usually one of the common causes of dysfunction and causing it. And so certainly you want to treat the symptoms and pain of plantar fasciitis, but also addressing the underlying foot mechanics and issue about why you're not getting the right flexion to stretch the Achilles in the first place is ultimately what we want to look at. The next tool that we can also use with somebody is a cold laser. This is great at managing, again, pain, inflammation. As we work on and dig that fascia out, it doesn't feel very good. And so a lot of times we'll use kinesio tape or the cold laser to address the pain and inflammation from working on that area. So just a couple tools. I know plantar fasciitis, especially in the summertime and this time of year, is a super common issue, and most people haven't thought about or don't realize that chiropractors have a lot of tools, especially in our office, to begin to work and manage these sorts of issues. So if you have questions on how to do the stretches or exercises, please reach out. Otherwise, if there's any way we can also help you, we are here.